we think maybe that's happened behind closed doors.
That is behind closed doors, yes.
Yeah, so she's now leaving. Well,
in which case, then we're waiting. The first public thing will be Queen Margrethe leaving the Christiansborg Palace to go back to her Christian IX palace at Amalienborg. And this time she'll be in a motor car. She arrived in a carriage, so...
oh, she's demoted already, is she?
Demoted already. And he will return to his palace in the carriage. So it's a visible sign to the public that, to all of us, that a new king has taken over. So yes, you're right, she's sort of demoted. Then he'll go into a reception at the Christiansborg Palace for invited guests. Before coming out on the balcony at 2 o'clock our time, 3 o'clock their time. And that's when the key moment takes place, when he is proclaimed by the Prime Minister.
And that's formally it. I mean, it looks like he has taken the throne, but it's that exact moment, that proclamation that seals it.
Well, I think the moment is the actual signing of that's when he becomes king, and then, if you like, the crowning is the proclamation at 2 o'clock. Do you see what I mean? The moment he accedes to the throne is when she signs the abdication, and the moment he's sort of accepted is the kind of public proclamation.
OK, Ian, well, let's have a little listen in anyway. Listen to some of this pomp that is we can see on the streets of the Danish capital. So, historic scenes there on the streets of the Danish capital as the country gets a new monarch. I think we can actually see right now Denmark's Queen Margrethe signing that historic abdication after exactly 52 years on the throne. Let's just have a look at that. Ian Lloyd is with us now, royal photographer and biographer. There she is. Well, that's it. She's signed it. So who's around the table then?
Well, the Queen obviously signing the... Queen Margrethe signing, the outgoing Queen Margrethe signing the document, the abdication, and she's handing it in the pictures there to Mary, who's now the Queen Consort rather than Queen Regnant, which was Margrethe's role. And Frederik, the new king, is standing there. He's got the Order of the Elephant he's wearing, which is their senior, like the Garter service, the Garter sash for us. That's their senior order of chivalry. And his heir is also in the picture. That's
well, looks pretty happy with himself, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. It's important to show that, to give a positive image. I mean, if he looks uncertain or whatever, it wouldn't be a very good visual, would it? So, and I'm presuming that this is the Queen returning to her palace, because as you said, she's immediately demoted to just an ordinary, well, not an ordinary, it's an extraordinary car, but it's not a carriage.
And I'm just thinking all the streets, all the crowds are on the streets of the Danish capital, Copenhagen. It's huge turnout for what is supposed to be a proclamation, but a sign that nobody really would have, A, seen this coming, and B, witnessed change. I mean, it's the first time in around 900 years that there's been an abdication in Denmark. And of course, if she's been on the throne for exactly 52 years, many in the crowd will only have known one monarch.
Well, it's parallels again with Great Britain, because you know, it's even longer. It's 70 years since we had a king on the throne, and 70 years since a coronation. So it's the same thing, that most people will only see one coronation or one or two events like that in a lifetime. So it's very significant.
Yeah, and while we've had a year or months to prepare for the King's coronation here, they've had barely 2 weeks. I suppose this is the closest thing you're going to get.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I suppose one thing that the difference is, of course, Elizabeth II died, so there's a period of mourning as well. You can't immediately jump into a coronation. It's to allow time as well to grieve for the outgoing, the previous monarch. So it's I mean, Queen Margrethe did. Actually, her father died, and she appeared dressed in black when she was proclaimed queen.
Well, what does this tell you about the popularity of the monarchy in Denmark, judging by these crowds?
Clearly hugely popular, and also you can tell by the footage there with the security guard walking along that the car's going at a walking pace. So the public will get a good view of the Queen and later of the King in the carriage. But it's absolutely amazing that the sheer number of people.
Yeah, for what is essentially a proclamation. All right, Ian, for now, many thanks indeed. We'll come back to you during the course of the afternoon, but these are the historic scenes there from Copenhagen, the Danish capital, which has now got effectively a new monarch, King Frederik X, after Queen Margrethe formally abdicated, the first monarch to do so there in around 900 years. And as we saw, she signed in that signing ceremony just a few minutes ago. A New Year address that really stunned the kingdom, saying that she would abdicate. She's 83 years old. But all changed there in Denmark.